Something big is coming, and according to Donald Trump, most Americans are completely unprepared for it. In recent interviews and campaign appearances, Trump hasn't held back. He's issued an urgent warning about the U.S. economy, calling it a ticking time bomb, and he says the media, the government, and even financial experts are ignoring the signs. But what exactly is he talking about? Trump believes the current economic picture is much worse than what we're being told. Yes, stock markets are holding up, unemployment is low, but Trump says that's only surface level underneath. He claims there are serious cracks forming, and they could collapse the economy unless action is taken fast. He points to record-breaking national debt, skyrocketing inflation, and a Federal Reserve that keeps hiking interest rates while American families struggle to pay for groceries, gas, and rent. According to him, the government is spending money it doesn't have, printing more when it shouldn't, and leaving the average citizen to foot the bill. But this isn't just about inflation or policy. Trump is warning of something deeper, a confidence collapse. He says people are losing faith in the system, in the dollar, in the markets, and even in their ability to retire. And when trust disappears, panic follows. Now here's the kicker. Trump says this coming crisis won't look like 2008. It won't be a crash led by Wall Street banks. It'll be a crisis felt by everyday Americans. The middle class, small business owners, families already living paycheck to paycheck. Most people aren't talking about this. Most news outlets brush it off as political talk. But if Trump is right, even partially, then millions of people could be blindsided. In this video series, we'll break down what Trump sees coming, why so many experts are ignoring it, and what you can do to protect yourself. Because if the former president is warning the country, and most people aren't ready, the time to pay attention is now. So what exactly is Donald Trump seeing that so many people, including economists, politicians, and the media, are ignoring? Trump believes the economy is running on borrowed time and borrowed money. In his speeches, he warns that the U.S. economy looks stable on the surface, but underneath it's being held together by massive government debt, artificial stimulus, and weak leadership. He often compares it to a house of cards. One strong gust, and everything could collapse. One of Trump's biggest concerns, the national debt, which is now over $34 trillion and growing fast. He argues that rising debt, combined with high interest rates, means the U.S. is spending more just to pay the interest, not even touching the principal. That's like making the minimum payment on a maxed-out credit card, month after month. But that's not all. He also points to the disappearing middle class. Wages aren't keeping up with inflation. People are working harder than ever, but falling further behind. Home ownership is out of reach for millions. Retirement savings are being wiped out by inflation. And despite government claims that everything is under control, Trump insists most Americans are being left behind. He warns that this is how economic collapses really begin, not with a bang, but with slow pressure that eventually cracks the system. And when that moment comes, he says, most people will be caught off guard, unprepared, and looking for answers too late. Whether you agree with Trump or not, it's clear that he's sounding the alarm, and he's not alone. Some financial experts are beginning to echo his concerns. In the next scene, we'll dive into how the Federal Reserve's recent actions might actually be fueling the risk Trump is warning about, and why that should matter to every single person watching. According to Donald Trump, one of the biggest threats to the U.S. economy right now isn't just the debt or inflation, it's the Federal Reserve itself. He's made it clear. He believes the Fed is making things worse, not better. Let's break that down. The Federal Reserve, led by Chair Jerome Powell, has been aggressively raising interest rates in an attempt to slow down inflation. Their strategy: make borrowing more expensive so people spend less, and ideally, that slows price increases. But Trump argues this strategy is backfiring. When the Fed raises interest rates, it doesn't just hit Wall Street, it crushes everyday Americans. Car loans, mortgages, business financing, all of it becomes more expensive. That means fewer home purchases, fewer small business expansions, and more financial strain for working-class families. According to Trump, the Fed is trying to solve a crisis they helped create. After years of low interest rates, massive stimulus, and money printing, especially during the pandemic, inflation exploded. Now the Fed is overcorrecting, and Trump says that could trigger a full-blown recession. But here's the bigger concern. Trump believes the Fed is completely out of touch with the real economy. He claims they're looking at outdated models, ignoring the everyday pain people are feeling, and sticking to policies that hurt more than help. And worst of all, he warns that their current path could crash the economy right before the next election, leading to chaos not just financially, but politically as well. This is where the tension builds. Trump wants rate cuts, faster growth. In a booming economy, the Fed wants to cool things down, even if it means short-term pain. The result? A growing gap between economic policy and political pressure. And the American people are stuck in the middle. In the next scene, we'll uncover the hidden crisis Trump is warning about, one that could change the lives of millions. And it's not even on most people's radar yet. while most people are focused on inflation, interest rates, and the stock market. Donald Trump is pointing to something deeper, a hidden crisis that's quietly building behind the scenes. And according to him, no one is talking about it. So what is it? Trump warns that the real danger lies in the erosion of America's financial foundation, the silent collapse of the middle class. He says the country is facing a slow, grinding decline that looks nothing like past recessions. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Look around. People are working multiple jobs just to keep up. Credit card debt has hit all-time highs. Families can't afford to buy homes, and many are struggling just to pay rent. College graduates are drowning in student loans. Retirement accounts are shrinking as costs rise and investment returns stagnate. Meanwhile, large corporations are laying off workers, automating jobs, and outsourcing work overseas. Trump says this slow bleed of opportunity is turning into a full-blown economic identity crisis. He believes this is how collapses happen, not suddenly, but silently. Not with a market crash, but with millions of people quietly slipping into financial instability. Paycheck by paycheck, month after month. And here's the part that worries him most. People don't even realize it's happening. The media says everything's fine. Politicians boast about job numbers. But Trump argues that this messaging hides the truth. And by the time the average American wakes up to what's really happening, it might be too late to fix it. This isn't just about inflation or interest rates anymore. It's about a broken system that's failing the people it was meant to serve. In the final scene, we'll talk about what you can do, how to prepare, protect your finances, and stay ahead of whatever comes next. Because awareness is step one, but action is what will truly protect your future. So, after everything Donald Trump has warned, the rising debt, the inflation, the Fed's actions, and the hidden economic collapse building quietly, the question now is, what can you do about it? Whether you agree with Trump or not, the signs are everywhere. The economy is shifting, and millions of people may be caught off guard. The worst thing you can do right now is nothing. Trump says the time to prepare is before the crisis hits, not after. And that starts with getting smart about your money. First, cut unnecessary debt. High interest rates mean credit card balances, car loans, and variable rate mortgages are more expensive than ever. Freeing yourself from debt gives you breathing room when times get tight. Second, build a safety net. If the job market slows or prices spike again, you'll need cash on hand. Even saving a small amount consistently can make a big difference over time. Third, diversify your income. Trump has warned that traditional jobs may not offer enough protection. Look for side hustles, remote work, or small investments that can add income streams even during uncertain times. Finally, stay informed. This is critical. Don't rely on headlines alone. Understand what the Fed is doing, how government spending affects you, and how policies, no matter who is in charge, impact your personal finances. Trump believes a major shift is coming, whether it's a financial reset, a market correction, or a deeper structural collapse. We don't know the exact shape it'll take. But one thing is clear, most people will not be ready. But you don't have to be one of them. Start preparing now, not out of fear, but out of strength, awareness, and readiness. Because knowledge is power, but action is survival. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're covering the truths they won't tell you on the news, so you can protect what matters most, your future.